So you are thinking of moving to Portland, Oregon, but you want that perfectly cozy and quiet neighborhood, but also want to be walking distance to all the great amenities that Portland has to offer. Depending on what city you currently live in, such a concept might be completely foreign to you. But here in Portland, there's more options for walkable neighborhoods than there are stars in the sky or dreadlocks at a Grateful Dead concert. So I've compiled a list of some of the most walkable neighborhoods in all of Portland, as well as some of the least walkable neighborhoods. And in this video, I'm just gonna kind of share that list with you. But first, if you are thinking of making a move to the Portland area, and not just thinking about it, like you're really gonna do it, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help you with that move and help you buy that perfect home. You're gonna find all my contact information right down below this video. So whether your move is in the near or distant future, make sure you reach out via call, text, email, or most ideally, just book some time on my calendar so that we can have a face-to-face conversation about your move here and see if it makes sense for us to work together. All right, so first we're gonna talk about the most walkable neighborhoods, and then last save the least walkable neighborhoods for the end of the video. Stick around because there are some really great reasons to live in those less walkable neighborhoods. If you don't already know, the Pearl District is one of the most walkable neighborhoods in all of Portland. It is located in the northwest quadrant of Portland, and it is known for its urban density and its super convenient and central location. You're really not gonna find any houses in this neighborhood. It's pretty much just all condos. And if you're living here, it's almost better if you don't have a car. It's super well connected with public transit and has virtually unlimited options for shopping, dining, drinking, all within a short walk away. There's also some really nice parks around the Pearl, art galleries, breweries, coffee shops, ice cream, pretty much anything that you could ever want. Northwest Portland in general is a very dense and walkable neighborhood, with some exceptions that I will talk about later on in the video. But if you go just to the west of the Pearl, you will be in the Nob Hill area. Nob Hill is an absolutely great area for walking around. Similar to the Pearl, it has lots of condos, but you're gonna start to see some single family detached type homes in this area. It's still very dense and urban. You've got long stretches of streets that used to be houses, but have since been converted into really cool businesses. We're talking about Northwest 21st and 23rd Avenue. Both of these streets have any types of shops and storefronts you can think of, as well as restaurants, bars, and other great spots. The neighborhoods that make up Nob Hill are mostly Alphabet District as well as Slabtown. Alphabet District has a much more old Portland style to it with its classic architecture, while Slabtown has a more modern feel with a lot of new construction buildings. If you cross the river and go into Southeast Portland, you will find so many cool neighborhoods that are full of charming single-family homes on quiet streets, but also not far from these, there's always going to be sort of a main street that has almost kind of like its own downtown area. At the heart of Southeast Portland, you will find Sunnyside and Richmond. These two neighborhoods are adjacent to each other, and pretty much any home in either one of these neighborhoods are going to be walkable to streets like Southeast Division, Southeast Hawthorne, and Southeast Belmont. Living in an East Side neighborhood like this gives you the absolute best of living in Portland, in my opinion. You might be surprised that it really doesn't feel like that big of a city. It's got very much a cozy residential feel, but walk a few steps to whatever the closest busiest street is, and you will find urban amenities that will satisfy that boredom that you might feel in a small town. You will be hard pressed to find a house that is in the Sunnyside or Richmond neighborhood that isn't walking distance to some great restaurants or bars or shops or cafes to work at. It's absolutely awesome, and that's why I live in Richmond. If you go up to the northeast quadrant of Portland, you will find the Alberta Arts District, which is a similarly walkable and also super awesome area to live in. The Alberta Arts District is an artsy and stylish part of town that has so much character and style mixed in with the quiet residential areas. Alberta Street is home to some of Portland's finest brunch places, a couple great music venues. Yes, there's art galleries in the Alberta Arts District, many great bars, food carts. Basically everything that you could ever love about Portland can be found somewhere on Alberta Street. It's one of the areas that my clients are most excited to check out when they're coming to visit Portland, so make sure you check it out as well. By the way, I've made a lot of super in-depth videos on this channel about some of these neighborhoods, and I've put links down in the description to those videos for you to check out after you're done watching this one. Now, if you head up all the way to the very tip top of Portland, you will find a neighborhood called St. John's. St. John's is a little bit detached from the rest of Portland, but it is still quite a lovely place to live, situated with a stunning riverfront park, quiet residential neighborhoods with a nice mix of old classic homes as well as new construction, and it has its own little downtown area that is super walkable, and it's really fun to hang out up there. Great restaurants and bars and any kind of grocery shopping you could need. And here's the kicker. It's about $100,000 below the median price of the rest of Portland, so you can get a lot of bang for your buck up in St. John's. If you want another riverfront neighborhood to check out that is a bit more centrally located in Portland, you should definitely put Sellwood on your list because, well, Sellwood is freaking amazing. It's only about, I think, 1.8 square miles, has a riverfront park on one side, a nature park for the kids on the other, an amusement park, and a wildlife refuge. It's got some of the most charming houses that you'll find in all of Portland, in super flat neighborhoods to walk around in, as well as condos, and many townhomes are being built there too. The busy streets you're going to want to check out are Milwaukee and Southeast 13th Avenue, which have tons of restaurants, shops, food, everything that you could want. And also, Sellwood is known for its antique shops. There's pretty much everything that you could possibly need right there in Sellwood, and it's pretty easy access to the rest of Southeast Portland, as well as downtown Portland and the western half of Portland. The Mississippi area is also a great neighborhood for walkability, also known as Boise. There are so many lovely homes to check out there, quiet streets to walk around, and you've got two different areas that are really great for walking around and being social and just going out, which puts this in my list as one of the great walkable neighborhoods of Portland as well. Of course, there's Mississippi Avenue, which has just so much character. It's honestly the street that made me fall in love with Portland when I first visited. It's amazing. So many places to go out and eat and drink, and there's even Mississippi Studios, which is a great music venue. Tons of great local storefronts to check out, toy stores, great dive bars, lots of great food. It's a great spot. And then if you walk about 7 minutes to the east, you'll find North Williams Avenue as well as North Vancouver, which is another really great up and coming neighborhood with lots of stuff to check out over there. So if you're lucky, you'll find a place that's kind of right between the North Williams and North Mississippi area, so you could walk to either one. Now, in general, one of the least walkable neighborhoods that you'll be able to live in is sort of the West Hills area. These are the hills that are directly to the west of downtown Portland. I'm talking about all the neighborhoods in this area. We're talking Willamette Heights, Kings Heights, Arlington Heights, Portland Heights. Did you notice anything about the names in these neighborhoods? Yeah, the word heights, because it's basically all built on steep terrain. We're talking homes that are built on the hillside overlooking the whole city type of thing. So while they may not be super walkable, people choose to live in them because, well, they can afford it, with most homes selling over $1 million there. And aside from having some of the most luxurious and expensive homes in Portland, many of the homes here come with an amazing view too. You definitely won't be able to walk to the local cafe if you live in any of the neighborhoods that end with the word heights. So just know that these neighborhoods, while they're very nice, they're going to be a bit more car dependent, but they are a super beautiful, quiet, and private place to live if you can swing it, and if you're okay with that car dependent lifestyle. On the more modest side of things, you have the neighborhood of Arbor Lodge, which is in North Portland. It's a quaint neighborhood with that sort of quiet residential feel that most neighborhoods in Portland have, but it doesn't really have that main street that goes through with the downtown type feel to it. However, it's fairly close to Alberta Street, Mississippi Avenue, St. John's, and it's pretty easy to get to any of those spots on a bike, but on foot you might be getting more into hike territory. It's also conveniently located to the 5 freeway, as well as the Adidas headquarters, and hey, Portland's pretty small, so you have pretty much easy access to any other part of Portland. Then in Southeast Portland, you have the Mount Tabor neighborhood, which is an awesome place to live that is situated on, well, you guessed it, Mount Tabor, which is an extinct volcano that extends almost 700 feet in elevation in the middle of the city. This is a great place for people to live if you like nature, because Mount Tabor Park is one of Portland's largest urban parks. There's trails that weave up and down the mountain, not to mention there's an incredible view of the city from the top. And that's one of my favorite places to relax on a hot summer day. There's tons of trees that will provide ample shade and are a great place to hang the hammock. Also, because of the elevation gain, it's usually a bit cooler up there. Homes here are especially nice if you find something on the east side of Mount Tabor, because you could have a view that's overlooking the rest of the city, and you might just look out with a view of Mount Hood too. Again though, it's on a freaking mountain, so you'll need to hop on on your bike and cruise down the mountain, or perhaps ski down on those rare snow days if you're getting cabin fever and you gotta get out of the house and go get a coffee somewhere. Then we have Laurelhurst, which is smack dab in the middle of the city. Split between Burnside, Laurelhurst is in the northeast and southeast part of Portland. It is an absolutely stunning neighborhood to live in with so many early 1900s homes. It was one of the first neighborhoods to ever be developed in Portland, and it is also home to Laurelhurst Park, which is a 32-acre park with wooded pathways, a very large pond, and off-leash dog areas. You could describe Laurelhurst as regal, quiet, and lovely, and you can count on quiet tree-lined streets with sidewalks to walk on, but it's gonna be a little bit tough to walk to any kind of place with assorted urban amenities. Though because of its central location, you are pretty much a short 5-minute drive to a lot of different places on Burnside, Gleason, and the Hawthorne-Belmont Division area. I know I moved pretty quickly through some of this, so if you want something that's a little bit more detailed and in-depth, I get in my car and take you on a tour across over 20 different neighborhoods in Portland in this video right here. So grab some popcorn and check that one out next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.